Are you curious to know which stores are closing right now amidst the raging retail crisis? Get ready as we unveil the 20 major chains shrinking their store bases in 2023. In this video, we'll delve deep into the reasons behind their downfall, the devastating impact on local economies, and the ever-changing dynamics of consumer behavior. We are going straight into the shocking revelations of the retail apocalypse and the haunting echoes of Chapter 11 bankruptcies. First up, we have GameStop, the go-to place for all things gaming. Picture yourself walking through those aisles exploring the latest releases. Well, hold on tight because GameStop is facing layoffs and store shutdowns like never before. They've already closed over 1,000 stores in the past 2 years, and even the meme stock boom couldn't change their fate. The company announced it will no longer issue gift cards and encouraged customers to use their existing ones as soon as possible. It's a tough time for this gaming giant, and fans should make a trip to their local store while they still can. Now, let's shift gears and talk about groceries. Stop & Shop, a popular Northeast regional grocery chain, is facing store closures due to falling short of their financial expectations. Can you imagine your local supermarket shutting down? It's already happened in New Jersey and Brooklyn, New York, leaving officials scrambling to find new tenants. It's a real challenge for Stop & Shop in these tough times. Urban Outfitters, once a trendsetter, is struggling to keep up with emerging indie brands online. Declining foot traffic and pricier products have led to sales slumps, prompting closures of approximately 70 stores. Can Urban Outfitters reinvent itself and recapture its former glory in today's ever-changing retail world? The company would need to make significant changes for that to happen. Target, facing declining foot traffic, rising shoplifting cases, and collapsing profits, has initiated a series of store closings. Dozens of grocery stores in Maryland, Virginia, Minnesota, and Pennsylvania will be affected in the first round of shutdowns. Executives state that these locations have struggled to improve their performance over the past year. Target's worsening financial situation has driven the difficult decision to close these underperforming stores. Economic headwinds have prompted the company to optimize its retail footprint. With the rise of e-commerce retailers, some argue that Office Depot stores are no longer meeting consumer needs. They've already closed 263 stores this year, and another 80 locations are bidding their final farewells. The company aims to address these challenges by focusing on restructuring and finding more attractive ways to draw customers back to its physical locations. Can they succeed in this digital age? The odds are certainly stacked against them. Remember the Abercrombie & Fitch days? The brand that once dominated the teen fashion market. Well, they've been struggling for years. With declining profit margins and numerous store closures, Abercrombie & Fitch is fighting to stabilize its position in the face of fierce online competition. Next up, we have GNC, the popular vitamin and dietary supplement chain. As online competitors offer cheaper options, GNC stores have become increasingly obsolete. They're fighting for survival with recent bankruptcy filings and store closures. Now let's talk about a beloved chain that has been part of many book lovers' lives, Barnes & Noble. Unfortunately, they faced a devastating blow from the pandemic. With the rise of e-books and online booksellers, the future of this iconic brand remains uncertain. Revenue has declined by a staggering 50%, leading to the closure of 197 stores. Can Barnes & Noble find a way to reignite the love for physical books in the digital age? One can only hope. Sears, a once thriving retail empire, has been on a downward spiral for almost 15 years. Its annual revenues dwindled and the number of stores decreased significantly. With same-store sales falling for a decade, the brand's end may be inevitable. Foot Locker, the go-to place for sneaker enthusiasts, is taking bold steps to reset its course. By closing as many as 420 stores and shopping malls, they aim to improve their position. But with declining demand and disappointing sales, can Foot Locker regain its footing and stay ahead of the game? We'll have to wait and see. Bath & Body Works, faced with current costs, is contemplating the closure of all its shopping mall stores. Approximately 50 locations are set to go dark as the company reevaluates its operations. Executives have stated that the retailer needs to save $250 million by January 2024 to strengthen its position. Bath & Body Works seeks to navigate the ongoing retail apocalypse by focusing on its role as a home and personal care retailer. All right, let's move on to the fashion world. Macy's, the iconic department store, is initiating another round of store closings. They've already shuttered 125 least productive stores in the past past, and now 45 more locations are on the chopping block. CEO Jeff Jeanette explains that these decisions are based on sales growth outlook and revenue forecasts for 2023. It's all about adapting to the changing retail landscape, but can they turn things around? Only time will tell. The Real, a luxury apparel resale company, is making difficult decisions in pursuit of profitability. They're reducing their workforce, closing dozens of stores, and shuttering 2 consignment offices across the U.S. The Real has struggled with profitability for years, and their recent loss of $152.2 million year-to-date indicates ongoing challenges. These closures are part of the company's efforts to address its financial health and position itself amidst the changing retail landscape. Green Zebra, known for its wide variety of healthy foods, is sadly closing all its stores after a decade in business. Increased competition, supply chain issues, and inflation have pushed the company to its breaking point. Rising costs, including goods, packaging, fuel, insurance, taxes, and freight charges, have severely impacted the retailer's financial situation. How are loyal customers reacting to the news? Many loyal customers have expressed their disappointment, emphasizing the importance of these community resources, particularly during challenging times. Green Zebra's remaining stores will disappear by the end of the year. JCPenney, a 120-year-old retailer, has faced immense challenges in recent years, leading to its Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing in 2020. After closing 200 stores during the pandemic, JCPenney is now facing additional closures in Indiana, New York, Minnesota, and California. The company's margins and cash flow have been hurt by rising costs brought on by labor shortages, inflationary pressures, supply chain interruptions, and rent commitments. JCPenney recognizes the need to shrink its store count to navigate these challenges. Sephora, the cosmetics giant, recently announced the permanent closure of all its 300 stores inside JCPenney and approximately 175 stores inside Kohl's. The company's financial outlook has been influenced by the struggles faced by these partner retailers. Sephora aims to make necessary adjustments in the face of a grim growth outlook for the year. And speaking of challenges, let's talk about Gas, the convenience store chain. With evolving consumer trends, Gas is re-evaluating its store fleet. They're planning to close about 100 stores, almost 9% of their network. Why? Well, the decline in Gas shares reflects the need to rebalance its finances. Gas's CEO, Carlos Alberini, explains that upcoming lease expirations provide an opportunity to optimize profitability. The company acknowledges the changing demand under the new normal and is taking strategic steps to navigate the challenging retail environment. Sprouts Farmers Market, based in Phoenix, has announced the closure of underperforming locations. The company's transition to smaller, more productive models has led to closures in Texas, California, Georgia, Florida, and Washington. While specific details are not provided, it's clear that these changes are being made to optimize the company's retail footprint amidst ongoing economic challenges. Burger King, known for its iconic burgers, plans to close up to 400 restaurants before the end of 2023. Economic challenges have intensified the number of closings this year, with several large Burger King franchises filing for bankruptcy. Burger King aims to work with smaller franchisees to improve the overall health of its franchise system. This chain's closures highlight the immense difficulties even the largest chains in America are facing in today's economy. McDonald's is facing a challenging road ahead. The fast food giant is closing 10 field offices, laying off hundreds of corporate employees, and shutting down over 100 stores in 2023. This decision is part of an effort to position itself for the unfolding recession. However, the recession is only part of the problem. Why? Because the new legislation in California poses additional concerns for the franchise. The Fast Food Accountability and Standards Recovery Act, which could require fast food restaurants to pay workers a minimum wage of $22 per hour, has raised worries within the industry. McDonald's warns that this legislation could force them to close 1,000 locations in 2023 due to the substantial increase in costs. The retail landscape is in turmoil, and no store seems to be immune from the ongoing crisis. From gaming giants to fashion legends, the haunting echoes of Chapter 11 bankruptcies reverberate through the industry. But wait, there's more. Click the video on screen now as we unveil the shocking truth behind the 15 fast food chains closing their doors this summer.